Mr. President, wala po akong ginagawa para depensahan ng China.
Bakit si Commodore Tariela lang ang ating pinupuntirya rito when the Department of National Defense as
Kasi
well-
siya lamang po, Mr. President, ang gumawa ng caricature. Tinatanong ko nga po, yung po bang iba, yung apat na binanggit ko kanina, na may karapatang magsalita para sa ating bansa, gumamit ba sila ng ganong pamamaraan? Yun lang po yung tanong. Pero siguro po, isasagot nyo, hindi. So, ano po naman, bakit naman?
Mr. President, pati ang embassy ng China naglalabas ng caricature din ng ating mga opisyal. Ang China News. Ayan, si President.
China News, Mr. President, talagang ganun po yun eh. Iba po yung lampun, iba po yung
Ayan po.
caricature na nilitaw po ng mga editorials. Kagaya po sa ating bansa, kung ano-anong caricature, kung ano-ano, para lamang i-dramatize po yung kanilang gustong puntahan. Pero ang pinag-uusapan dito, si Commodore Tariela lang ang gumamit ng caricatures bilang spokesperson ng Philippine Coast Guard.
Mr. President, alam naman natin yung China News hawak ng Communist Party of China.
Sino po bang may hawak ng ating
Wala
mga
namang-
news sa Pilipinas?
Wala namang lalabas na hindi aprobado o merong go signal ng Communist Party of China. Iba ang sitwasyon sa kanila, hindi tayo'y demokrasya. At ang punto natin, Mr. President, totoo, wala dun sa 5, pero ang ahensya mismo, ang DND na mismo at ang Armed Forces of the Philippines ang nagsabing they support the statements of their men in uniform. In fact, uulitin ko kasi nabanggit ko na kanina. Ulitin natin, no? Sabi nila, it was reported that the spokesperson of the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs made a statement containing the following, quote unquote, certain Philippine Uniformed Service members driven by personal political motives. Doon pa lamang, Mr. President, lahat tayo rito, parliamentarians tayo, alam natin, it is unparliamentary to question motives.
Hindi po tayo nakakahanap ng away. Let me clarify kasi sasabihin na naman nila, warmongering na naman ako. Hindi po kami naghahanap ng away sa China.
That I am not against the Chinese people. In fact, I mentioned last week, I grew up in a Chinese environment, having graduated the Xavier School. And I love my Chinoy friends. What I am against is the government of Xi Jinping and its expansionist scheme towards the Indo-Pacific.
Nung nakaraang mga taong 2016 hanggang 2022, kung kailan ginawa halos lahat para i-accommodate, kung ginawa halos lahat para i-appease yung Chinese Communist government sa Beijing, tumigil ba noon ang harassment nila laban sa ating mga Pilipino, Mr. President?
Yes, according to the Undersecretary Madriaga of the DND, hindi po tumigil, Mr. President.
So, importanteng i-make of record ulit yan, Mr. President, na nung panahon na ibang approach ang sinubukan, ibang approach sa isinusulong ng resolusyon, WIPEC din naman ng pagtigil ng harassment laban sa Philippine Navy, Coast Guard, Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources at lalo na sa ating mga mangingisda. So ngayon po, Mr. President, ang resolusyong ito ay tungkol po sa asal at paninira ng mga representante ng China o ng Chinese government laban sa mga opisyal natin. Tama po ba, Mr. President?
Tama po yun.
And, Mr. President, tama po ba na suportado hanggang sa ngayon ng maraming bansa sa international community ang ating pagkapanalo sa arbitral award, Mr.
I would defer to our men in uniform.
Isn't that part of the Philippines' right to expression?
That too, Mr. President. Yes. First, I would
Freedom of expression, we have that. They do not have that in China. That's the problem.
Wala pong wala yatang masyadong dapat na pagdebatihan sa puntong yun. Sapagat ako, kayo, Mr. President, and the good Senator, gusto rin natin talagang ipaglaban ng tsaga ng atin. Mas maganda kasing ilaban ito kung malinaw na nasa mapa tayo ng pandaigdigang talaan ng mga dagat. That is the whole point, Mr. President.
We note, Mr. President, the concern, and I agree with him in that regard, that it would be better for us if we do have those coordinates, but it does not in any way diminish what we are entitled to under the arbitral ruling, Mr. President.
So,
Whether
mga konting tanong na lang, Mr. President. With your indulgence.
Yes, please. I'm more than willing to the gentleman from Tarlac and Pampanga, Mr. President.
In your sponsorship, Mr. President, you said that the proposed resolution is in defense of our officials when they speak on behalf of our nation. That is correct.
Yes, Mr. President.
Is the Honorable Senator aware that the Philippine government has a minimum 5 officials who speak on matters relating to the West Philippine Sea?
I believe so. You have the DFA, you have the DND, you have, in fact, the more, for me, if you ask me, this is the indicator of a vibrant democracy, Mr. President. But yes, there are about 5, maybe more, even senators and congressmen are likewise speaking on the matter.
To be more accurate, Mr. President, Commodore Tariela is the spokesperson of PCG. Assistant Director General Cornelio Valencia Jr., National Security Council. Rear Admiral Joy Vincent Trinidad, Army. Retired Vice Admiral Alexander Lopez, NMC. Consul General Angelica Escalona, DFA. And Nazario Briguera Bifar. They all speak to the public about the West Philippine Sea. Pero, Mr. President, bukod po kay Commodore Tariela, sila po ba ay nagpupunta sa mga eskwelahan at nagdi-discuss at sinasabi na bully ang presidente ng China? Ito lang ang punto eh. Meron pang kalakip na mga caricatures portraying their leader in a very negative and I would say embarrassing presentation.
Well, Mr. President, I would defer to our men in uniform.
Isn't that part of the Philippines' right to expression?
That too, Mr. President. Yes. First, I would,
Freedom of expression, we have that. They do not have that in China. That's the problem.
and he is answerable to his superior officer, and the DND and the armed forces have already issued a public statement in support of their men in uniform when they speak on the issue, because precisely the bullying. In fact, the DND described the acts of China as bullying, Mr. President. So babalikan ko po, bakit si Commodore Tariela lang ang ating pinupuntire rito when the Department of National Defense...
Kasi siya lamang po, Mr. President, ang gumawa ng caricature. Tinatanong ko nga po, yung po bang iba, yung 4 na binanggit ko kanina, na may karapatang magsalita para sa ating bansa, gumamit ba sila ng ganong pamamaraan? Yun lang po yung tanong. Pero siguro po, isasagot nyo, hindi. So, ano po naman, bakit naman?
Mr. President, pati ang embassy ng China naglalabas ng caricature din ng ating mga opisyal. Ang China News. Ayan, si
China News, Mr. President, talagang ganun po yun iba po yung lampun, iba po yung
Ayan po.
caricature na nilitaw po ng mga editorials. Kagaya po sa ating bansa, kung ano-anong caricature, kung ano-ano, para lamang i-dramatize po yung kanilang gustong puntahan. Pero ang pinag-uusapan dito, si Commodore Tariela lang ang gumamit ng caricatures
Mr.
bilang spokesperson ng Philippine Coast Guard.
Mr. President, alam naman natin yung China News hawak ng Communist Party of China.
Sino po bang may hawak ng ating mga news sa
Wala
Pilipinas?
namang lalabas na hindi aprobado o merong go signal ng Communist Party of China. Iba ang sitwasyon sa kanila, hindi tayo'y demokrasya. At ang punto natin, Mr. President, totoo, wala dun sa 5, pero ang ahensya mismo, ang DND na mismo at ang Armed Forces of the Philippines ang nagsabing they support the statements of their men in uniform. In fact, uulitin ko kasi nabanggit ko na kanina. Ulitin natin, no? Sabi nila, it was reported that the spokesperson of the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs made a statement containing the following, quote unquote, certain Philippine Uniformed Service members driven by personal political motives. Doon pa lamang, Mr. President, lahat tayo rito, parliamentarians tayo, alam natin, it is unparliamentary to question motives, Mr. President, when official action is being undertaken or official decisions are made or proposals in parliamentary proceedings. So, sumagot ang Department of National Defense. Ay, ulitin ko, the DND and the AFP strongly condemn such an affront to any of its members. So kung pupuntiryan natin si Commodore Tariela, dinedepensahan na nga. They consider it an affront. The DND and the AFP have considered the statement of China as an affront to any of its members. Tapos tayo sasabihin natin, teka muna, hindi dapat. Mr. President, we should, again, I will reiterate, when the DND and the AFP speak as regards national security concerns, we should rally behind them. We should provide them the necessary support because they're the ones who face the Chinese aggression 24/7, 365 days, Mr. President. And they deserve our support rather than our castigation and our condemnation. We should
Mr.
condemn
President.
China, not our men in uniform, Mr. President.
Mr. President, kung totoo man na talagang sinusuportahan ng armed forces yung...
Totoo ho, statement po nila eh.
kaya nga
Binasa.
po, payagan nyo kung
Opo.
i-continue ang
Thank
aking pagtatanong. Yung pong lahat ng cabinet members po, cabinet secretaries, they're alter ego of the president. Kung halimbawa po nagsalita na ang presidente, magsasalita po ba sila inconsistent with the statement of the president? I'm asking this question, Mr. President, because on January 29, a few days ago, 2026, the Philippine News Agency released this particular statement from the President of the Philippines.
By whom?
PBBM supports a firm with diplomacy approach in dealing with the rising war of words between Philippines and the Chinese officials over the West Philippine Sea. Pag pinag-uusapan po natin diplomacy, tama po ba yung ginagawa ni... Ako po, sinasabi ko lang, nagsalita na po ang Pangulo eh. Firm with diplomacy. Alam po kasi ng Pangulo natin, Mr. President, walang kapupuntahan yung patut sa dahan. Meron po akong record ng mga patut sa dahan, Mr. President, from January 1 hanggang kahapon. Ito po, January 1, nanggaling po sa ating iginagalang na senador. January 9, galing po ay Commodore Tariela. January 10, Tariela na naman. January 12, Philippine National Maritime Council. January 13, Representative De Lima. January 15, Commodore Tariela. January 14 and 15, Commodore Tariela. January 16, Tariela pa rin. January 16, Representative Shell Jokno of the House of Representatives. January 17, National Maritime Council. January 19, Akbayan Party List. January 20, Senator Ontiveros posting on her FB January 22, Tariela na naman. January 23, again, Senator Ontiveros and Strat-Based Institute. January 23 again, nasama po kayo, Senator Kiko. January 24, Tariela na naman. Napakarami po. 3 yung kay Tariela on January 24. January 25, Senator Erwin Tulfo. January 26, si Tariela na naman po. January 27, si Tariela na naman po. Sa tuwing ganito ang ginagawa natin, sagot ng sagot po ang Chinese Embassy. So wala na pong katapusan na pag-iringan at pasaringan na po ito, Mr. President. Ito po bang tagal ng pagpapatutsadahan na to, Mr. President? Nakakahuli po ba tayo kahit na ilang kilong galunggong lang sa West Philippine Sea? Bumababa po ba ang presyo ng bilihin ng dahil sa patutsadahan na ito? Ito po ba'y makakatulong sa atin? Kagaya po ng pinost ko kanina, yung po bang nasusunog na gusali? Para mapatay mo yon, sasabuyan mo ba ng gasolina? O bobombahin mo ng tubig na malamig, Mr. President? Ito lamang po ang pinakapunto rito eh. Mr. President, wala po akong ginagawa para depensahan ang China. Ang ginagawa ko po para magkaisa tayo, hanapin natin ang talagang paraan, paano natin lalong palakasin ang paninindigan na ito. At magsimula tayo. Sana po, maitala natin sa lalong madaling panahon yung mapa ng West Philippine Sea. At magkaisa tayo ngayon. Ipilit natin yun. Pero kung wala pa po yun, yun nga po, puro ang tinatawag po natin ay megaphone diplomacy na hindi po nakakatulong kahit paano natin kwentahin, Mr. President. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President, at maraming salamat sa inyong panahon, good Senator. At sana'y sa mga susunod pang panahon ay makapiling natin ang mga ilang taong binanggit sa kapulungan ito para magkaroon po tayo ng kahit na seminar lang. Lalo po nating mapag-aralan kung saan tayo nang gagaling sa lahat ng panig, Mr. President. Thank you.
Maraming salamat sa ating ginoong
Thank you.
Kabalin from Tarlac and Pampanga. We may disagree with a number of his views, but we will agree to disagree with respect. Maraming salamat, Mr. President.
Thank you. I would just like to find out kung sino yung naglista at kumuha ng listahan ng mga sinasabi laban sa China na napakarami. Saan kaya galing yan? Nilista lahat ng sinasabi laban sa China. Kung sino man yun. But hindi, no?
Baka nire-report po sa Beijing.
Siguro, baka Chinese Embassy siguro. Alright. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, there's a request from the Minority Leader. Although he signed up for today, he's not feeling well. He's sick, Mr. President, and he's requesting tomorrow na final, kung pwede, sa sponsor, if he can ask the questions tomorrow. If the sponsor wishes to agree to that, but maybe we can make
First
an
thing
appeal.
tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Well, if he wasn't minority leader, maybe I would have thought otherwise, but I would have not given this accommodation. But being the minority leader in recognition of his position, we will submit to the body that tomorrow, Mr. President.
Well, aside from the sponsor, Senator Pangilinan, if there is any member of the Senate who wishes to object, then we cannot continue.
I think it's okay,
We
Mr.
have
President.
to
I'll make an
object. If
appeal
there
to
is
our
no
colleagues.
objection then, and
Yeah.
Senator Pangilinan agrees, then we will do so.
Anyway, we'll leave it
With the
as the last day
understanding-
tomorrow, Mr.
With the
President.
understanding, Mr. President, that tomorrow
Yeah,
is the last
we
day.
decide on it tomorrow.
Thank you, and with that we will tackle this first.
First
order.
item. on the
Well,
agenda.
okay.
Yes.
With that assurance from the majority leader, then we will entertain a motion to suspend.
Yes. Before we move into the motion to suspend, we have another supportive interpolator. If we can recognize our distinguished colleague, Senator Risa Ontiveros.
Senator Risa Ontiveros is recognized.
Salamat, Mr. President. So, at salamat sa good gentleman sa pagbibigay daan sa isang maikling interpelasyon. Kung hindi nagbigay daan yung mabuting Ginoo dun sa request na ipagpabukas, ako sana yung mag-o-object. Pero I submit to the wisdom also of the the one who delivered the one who led us in signing the resolution. Siguro yung isang pinaka-importanting tanong para sa akin, Mr. President, sa good gentleman, nung nakaraang mga taong 2016 hanggang 2022, kung kailan ginawa halos lahat para i-accommodate, kung ginawa halos lahat para i-appease yung Chinese Communist government sa Beijing, tumigil ba noon ang harassment nila laban sa ating mga Pilipino, Mr. President?
Yes, according to the Undersecretary Madriaga of the DND, hindi po tumigil, Mr. President.
So, importanteng i-make of record ulit yan, Mr. President, na nung panahon na ibang approach ang sinubukan, ibang approach sa isinusulong ng resolusyon, wahipek din naman ng pagtigil ng harassment laban sa Philippine Navy, Coast Guard, Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources at lalo na sa ating mga mangingisda. So ngayon po, Mr. President, ang resolusyong ito ay tungkol po sa asal at paninira ng mga representante ng China o ng Chinese government laban sa mga opisyal natin. Tama po ba, Mr. President?
Tama po yun.
And, Mr. President, tama po ba na suportado hanggang sa ngayon ng maraming bansa sa international community ang ating pagkapanalo sa arbitral award, Mr. President?
Tama po yan. Ang Estados Unidos, ang 16 countries sa EU, Japan, South Korea, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, pati nga ang Vietnam sinuportan, may public statement dun sa ating pagkapanalo sa International Arbitral Tribunal, Mr. President. So, hindi lamang ang Pilipinas ang kumikilala dito sa naging victory natin sa West Philippine Sea dyan po sa arbitral ruling. The EU, the United States, and many other countries have expressed publicly their support for a rule-based resolution. Kasi itong pag-water cannon, hindi rule-based ito. Itong paglalagay ng laser lights laban dinedirekta sa ating Coast Guard o kaya ng Navy, hindi rule-based ito.
Yung pagpuputol po ng daliri ng Navy man, Mr. President.
Pagputol hindi rule-based yan. Yan aggression. At contrary at kontra sa diplomasya at siyempre international law.
At Mr. President, sa kabila nung marami at dumaraming bansang sumusuporta sa ating tagumpay sa arbitral award, meron ba namang bansa na sumusuporta naman sa claims ng China sa South China Sea at particular sa West Philippine Sea, Mr. President?
According to our Defense Department, China lang daw ang sumusuporta sa China.
So siya lang po.
Pero may nabasa ako pero wala namang binanggit ng mga bansa sa Africa daw. Pero sa article lumabas yung article, I think from the Chinese embassy or China News, no? Pero they did not mention any country, just countries.
At kung totoo man, Mr. President, na mayroong talagang mga bansa mula sa continent ng Africa na sumusuporta sa kanila, unnamed as of now, gaya ng sinabi ng good gentleman, samantala sa panig ng Pilipinas, marami na at dumarami pa habang dumadaan ang panahon. So, sa tingin niyo po ba, Mr. President, nasa interes ng ating bansa na iwaksi ang pakikipaglaban para sa West Philippine Sea, Mr. President?
Yes, Mr. President, just a quick
Yes, Mr. President.
addition to the answer earlier. According to the Department of National Defense, the arbitral ruling of 2016 has been supported by 192 countries, Mr. President.
Hindi na masama, Mr. President.
None of them are objecting except China, Mr.
Okay po.
President.
So, 100 plus vis-a-vis 1.
Yes.
Medyo malinaw po yung matematika doon,
Almost
Mr.
200
President.
actually, Mr. President.
Almost 200, Mr. President. So, masasabing clear majority pati ng mga member countries ng United Nations.
That is correct.
Mr. President. And so, sa ganito pong konteksto, masasabi po ba natin, Mr. President, na nasa interes ng ating bansa na iwaksi yung pakikipaglaban para sa West Philippine Sea?
Hindi nga pasisiil, sabi ng ating national pambansang awit, Mr. President. At hindi tayo pasisiil. You know, Mr. President, if I may also place on record, of all countries, China should recognize and realize and know what it means to be humiliated by aggression and humiliated and insulted and abused by colonialism, Mr. President. Country, you know, the Western powers divided China in many enclaves.
They called it the Chinese melon.
Yes, and the China themselves, the Chinese historians, call it 100 years of humiliation. Because foreign powers, sinakop sila ng foreign powers. So they should be the first to realize that being the aggressor now, they went through that. We are going through what they have gone through. And we hope that more sober-minded, more, how do you call it, more, diplomatic, more progressive, if I may call it that, members of the Chinese Communist Party should look back to their own history. They know how it is to be faced with aggressors. And I hope they will understand when we fight for what is ours, they would have done the same, and they did the same, Mr. President, in their own past.
I agree, Mr. President. And speaking also of history, in more recent history, ibang-iba yung ipinamalas ng Chinese government na foreign policy kumpara sa ipinapakita nila ngayon sa atin. May panahon, several decades ago, na hindi nga sila nakikialam sa internal matters ng ibang mga bansa dito sa ating rehiyon ng Asia. At may ipinakita silang pagrespeto at mutual respect sa ibang mga bansa, pati sa atin. So it is very regrettable na kabaliktaran yung ginagawa nila ngayon kumpara sa kanilang naunang foreign policy. It is regrettable, but to us na mga Pilipino, unacceptable. Kaya nakikiisa ako, salamat sa good gentleman mula sa Pampanga, paalala dun sa linya ng ating pambansang awit na hindi tayo pasisiil. Yun lamang po yung aking mga tanong, Mr. President. Maraming salamat sa good gentleman. Isang maikling manifestasyon lamang po bilang pagsuporta pa rin sa resolusyong pinamunuan ni Senator Kiko at pinirmahan ng 15 sa atin. The military hierarchy, particularly Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner Jr. and Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr. have already warned us about cognitive warfare being conducted against Philippine interests, a coordinated attempt to shape public opinion and break the country's psychological will to defend its territory. I'm sure the Chinese government in Beijing would like us to think that the West Philippine Sea as a concept is an ill-defined and ambiguous claim. I'm sure the Chinese government would want Filipinos to doubt whether it's a good idea to assert our rights over rocks in the sea. Gusto din tayo takutin, Mr. President. Takutin tayo na hindi natin kaya ang puwersa ng Chinese government sa gera, but no one wants a war. Asserting our rights isn't wanting a fight, let alone a war. No one wants a war. The Chinese economy is dependent on trade. Kaya yung Chinese government mismo, takot sa gera. That is why they are doing everything short of war to harass and coerce us into doubting the justice of our territorial claim under the UNCLOS. Part of this coordinated influence operation of the authoritarian government in Beijing is the wolf warrior mentality of its ambassador in Manila, which has led to a number of unfortunate interactions with Philippine government officials, including some senators. I think no one will disagree that the Philippines should make a maximal territorial claim. However, let's not get distracted. Let's focus on the substance of the resolution, which concerns the propriety of these recent interactions with Ambassador Jean Kwan. Salamat po muli, good gentleman, mula sa Pampanga. Salamat po, Mr. President.
Maraming salamat sa ating kasamahan at ang ating comrade in arms na si Senator Risa Ontiveros from Antique, Capiz, and Panay Island.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, may we recognize our distinguished Deputy Majority Floor Leader, Senator J.V. Ercito, to also propound a few questions, Mr. President.
Yes, Mr. President, if the sponsor is willing to answer some.
Most certainly, Mr. President, to the good gentleman from San Juan and Laguna.
Yes, first of all, I would like to commend the gentleman from Quezon City and Central Luzon for this resolution, which I support wholeheartedly. Para po sa ating pong pagtindig sa soberenya ay talaga pong 100% ang ating pong suporta, no? But I just want to, Mr. President, I just want to go back in history. Ito pong, kailan ba hubang nagsimula itong expansionism ng China? First of all, your sponsor, I made it clear also, Mr. President, that I am not against the Chinese people. In fact, I mentioned last week, I grew up in a Chinese environment, having graduated the Xavier School. And I love my Chinoy friends. What I am against is the government of Xi Jinping and its expansionist scheme towards the Indo-Pacific. Mr. President, I think sometime 1999, year 2000, during the ASEAN Plus 3 Forum, my father then, alam ko nakasama ako doon just to recall, then President Estrada stood up during the ASEAN Plus 3 Forum and criticized China, their expansionist. Because at that time, there was already, nagsisimula pa lang sila noon, panay bamboo pa lang, stilts. Wala pa yung reclaimed island. But the intelligence reports was submitted to the office of the President that they were already starting to swarm and show interest doon po dito sa mga disputed now West Philippine Sea. So he stood up and criticized China's expansionism. Nagulat po yung Vice President of China at that time because the first ASEAN leader to stand up against China at that time. So noon pa lang, kaya ko binibring up po ito, kaya ko po ito nilalabas. Gusto kong tingnan kung saan tayo nagkulang because at that time, after that, it was my father as the Commander-in-Chief who ordered that the BRP Sierra Madre be grounded in the Ayungin Shoal to mark our territory. Pero ito po sana, to serve as a temporary base of our Marines na nilagay doon and to mark as our territory. So temporary lang ho dapat yun. By now, supposedly sana, it should have been followed up and fortified into a permanent base. But unfortunately, nung pumasok po yung GMA administration, medyo friendly sa China, pumasok po yung ganun depends on the administration, no? As probably the sponsor would agree na it depends on the administration kung ano rin yung position natin in the relationship with China. Pumasok yung kay Pangulong Noynoy Aquino, at least we won against on the UNCLOS. And then pumasok po yung kay Duterte administration, which was also friendlier to China. So nag-iiba-iba po yung geopolitics and positioning. So my question is, were we remiss in our duty as a country in establishing our claim to the EEZ by not being able to establish yung pong permanent base that would have served as a marker? Ngayon po, andun pa rin yung BRP Sierra Madre. Kinakalawang na. Nakakaawa yung ating mga Marines na nandun. Dapat yung temporary lang. So, yun lang po ang tanong ko na at least we would know from now on what to do moving forward.
Yes, Mr. President, I remember the statement of then President Estrada and in the ASEAN +3. And we were actually thankful that former President Estrada took a strong stand. And you are also right that depending on the administration, whether or not our claims and our defense of our sovereign waters would be strengthened or weakened. No? I think moving forward, Mr. President, until this point, I think the most significant victory would still be the arbitral ruling. It is now up to us and future leaders, and this current administration has said we will not give an inch of Philippine territory, and we laud that. And this is why I think moving forward, that's why we have to rally behind that arbitral ruling, because precisely as nabanggit kanina ni Senator Risa, it is supported by many nations, Mr. President. Not just the Philippines, it is recognized. The 192 countries did not oppose, did not object to the arbitral ruling, except for China. So I think that should be fundamental in our foreign policy thrusts for years to come, to defend, to strengthen, and to work around that arbitral ruling, which awarded clearly rejected the, I called it ridiculous. In fact, the 90 claiming 90% of the West Philippine Sea, the South China Sea, is a ridiculous claim, Mr. President, which we should all oppose moving forward, Mr. President.
Thank you for that. The reason I ask, because I think we should not make the same mistake again moving forward, and we should now really be firm this time around in our claim in the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone. Hindi na natin dapat itong ipayagan, no, na makuha puli o kaya ay kanila pong agawid, no. Because I think as early as 1998, no, when that ASEAN +3 happened, so nangyari po yung pagsadsad sa Ayungin Shoal. And during that time, as I mentioned, we could have already established a permanent base which could have prevented the claim of China. Ngayon po, sila po nakapagtayo na ng base, no? Nag-reclaim na sila. Meron silang meron silang full base na po, may runway at lahat na. And that during that time, ano pa lang sila, no? Swarming pa lang, panay barko pa lang, if I'm not mistaken. Tapos mga stilts pa lang, no? Mga bamboo stilts pa lang. So it depends on administration. So probably meron ding pagkukulang na doon sa ating claim. So that's why that's the reason I asked that this time around, while we in the Senate, in our own little way, at least we are trying to support our Coast Guard, our armed forces, our Philippine Navy by not intended to match China's military might. Di naman natin kaya yun eh. They are a superpower. We are not. We're just a third world nation. But to be able to put up that minimum credible defense posture, at least naman hindi tayo binabastos at binubuli. So hopefully this time around, we will have the support. I'm sure that most of our colleagues will support the Senate. I'm proud is that we have been consistent in restoring the AFP modernization budget. And in fact, it's the Senate that usually augments the AFP modernization budget for this very purpose. So
That is correct.
with that, Mr. President, dear sponsor, I support this resolution 100%, and any efforts, of course, to establish and protect our territorial integrity and our sovereignty. Of course, you can be rest assured of the support of this representation. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, dear sponsor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just to
Majority Leader.
just to respond very quickly. In the area of legislation, Mr. President, we have established or strengthen our claim on the West Philippine Sea by defining it. The RA 9522 was passed under the GMA administration. The AO 29 was issued by President Aquino. Of course, the arbitral ruling was likewise because of the efforts of the Aquino administration. And then last year, under the BBM administration, RA 12064, Philippine Maritime Zone Act. So legislation-wise, we are building greater title, for lack of a better term, on the West Philippine Sea by way of our own laws, crafting laws to defend what is ours. Now, in the area of modernization of the armed forces, I agree. As a defense force, that is important so that we can patrol our waters. Ang isa sa mga reklamo o isang daing ng ating mga mangingisda ay natatakot silang pumunta sa ating karagatan dahil sila ay tinataboy. Pero kung meron tayong mas malawak na network at pondo para sa Coast Guard, isang civilian agency para mapatrolyo ang ating mga karagatan, mas lalo nang lalakas ang ating pagdepensa sa ating exclusive economic zone at ang West Philippine Sea. So again, it is a challenge for us in the Senate and the chairman of the Committee on Finance to help continue generating funding or providing funding for the strengthening and modernizing of our defense apparatus, Mr. President.
Senator Robin Padilla is recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo at sa ating pinunong mayorya. Meron lamang po akong mga konting paglilinaw. Maaari po bang malinawan ng ating bayani na magsasaka? Senator Kiko Pangilinan.
Salamat. Ako ay handa na magbigay linaw sa abot nating makakaya sa ating kasamahan at ang gentleman from Nueva Ecija at Camarines
Norte. Opo.
Norte.
Maraming salamat po. Ako po bilang chairman ng Public Information po at masusing nakikinig po sa inyong palitan ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Katunayan, ako po'y masayang-masaya sa nangyaring palitan sapagkat nagkakaroon po ng paglilinaw. At ito po ang napakahalaga sa public information. Bagamat naging paminsan-minsan ay nagiging mainit ang talakayan, pero yun po ay nakabubuti para sa ating mga kababayan na nakikinig po sa oras na ito. Ako po'y walang kaplano-plano magtanong, pero meron pong mga ilang bagay ang hindi napalawak sa usapin. Opo, katulad po, unang-una, nung nabanggit po ang suporta ng ating mga bayani na sa datahang lakas ng Pilipinas, ang kanila pong pagbibigay ng opinyon at komento at kasama na po ang Department of National Defense doon po sa pagdamay nila. Kasi sinabi po ninyo na nagkomento sila ng pagsuporta kay Commodore Tariela. Ito po ay kailangan nating linawin. Wala po akong sinasabi na may mali o ano, linawin lang po natin. Sapagkat tama po ba ako kapag sinabi ko na ang Coast Guard, Philippine Coast Guard, hanggang sa mga oras na ito ay nasa ilalim ng DOTR?
Tama po yun.
Opo. Ibig pong sabihin, ito po ay civilian uniform personnel.
Yes, ang paliwanag ng Department of National Defense ay bagaman siya po ay nasa DOTR, hindi rin kasi pinaliwanag o nilinaw kung ng China kung sino ang pinag-uusapan nilang certain Philippine Uniformed Service members. Ibig sabihin marami. At yung spokesperson ng Admiral Trinidad ng Navy, ng Philippine Navy, ay isa rin sa mga nagbibigay ng official statements tungkol sa usapin ng West Philippine Sea.
Yun po. Kasi napaka linaw po ngayon. Opo.
At nung sinabing uniformed personnel, service members, ibig sabihin marami, sinabi pa yung or they will pay the price for what they did. So ito ay maanghang na salita dahil ito ay pananakot. They will pay the price. It's a threat. Siyempre ang ating DND, ang ating Armed Forces of the Philippines, pag may threat, seryoso ito. Hindi maaaring tumahimik. Hindi maaaring sabihing deadma. Hindi po ba?
Opo,
sa linggo?
napakaganda po ng paglilinaw natin sapagkat kanina po sa palitan po ninyo ng salita. At ito naman po very educational po no sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan. Para mas malinaw po lilinawin po natin bilang ako po ang chairman ng Public Information, ang Philippine Coast Guard po ay hindi kailanman sa ngayon ay nasa ilalim as of February 2026 ay wala po sa ilalim ng DND at ng AFP. Tama po ba ako?
Tama ito.
Opo. At yung pahayag po ng AFP at DND, hindi po ito parang inuutusan o sinusuportahan ang mga sinasabi po ni Ginoong Tariela.
Siya ang spokesperson ng West Philippine Sea, anong tawag doon?
Si Tariela, sa spokesperson West Philippines.
No, spokesperson representing what? Yung group, di ba? So, composed of who?
Yung sa West Philippines, yung task force.
Yeah,
Task force on West
andun ng
Philippines.
military, di ba?
Member kami doon.
Yes. Yes, si Commodore Tariela, banggamat siya ay hindi miyembro ng Sandataang Lakas, ay siya ang spokesperson ng Task Force West Philippine Sea, na kung saan ang kabuang task force, kasapi dyan ang Armed Forces of the Philippines at ang Department of National Defense. Mr. President.
Opo, tama po yan. Opo, napakaganda pong informasyon yan para sa ating mga kababayan. Pero kailangan po nating linawin, siya po ay nakasuot ng uniforme ng Philippine Coast Guard. So siya po ay civilian personnel. Hindi po siya military service personnel. Opo. Kailangan lang po natin linawin.
Yes.
Wala po akong sinasabing may mali o ano.
That is correct.
Opo, bilang ako po ay public information lamang po. At sa atin pong RA 993, ito po yung patungkol sa Philippine Coast Guard, RA 993, malinaw po dyan, nasasailalim lamang ang Philippine Coast Guard sa DND at sa AFP wartime. Ibig sabihin sa panahon po ng gera na nagdeklara ang Congress ng gera. Tama po ba?
I beg your indulgence. Ako'y humihingi ng paumanhin. Maaring ulitin po dahil meron lang nabanggit sa akin.
Opo, sorry po.
Yung ating resource person.
Opo, doon po sa
993.
Opo, Republic Act 9993.
9993.
Opo, ito po yung patungkol sa Philippine Coast Guard. Meron po tayong wartime attachment doon.
Yes.
Ang nakalagay po doon, magiging ang PCG ay mapapasailalim sa DND at sa AFP kapag nagdeklara na po ng gera ang Congress. Tama po ba?
Tama po yun.
Opo. Gusto ko lamang pong linawin din sa ating mga kababayan, wala pa po tayo sa deklarasyon ng gera. Tayo po ngayon ay
At naway hindi mapunta ron.
inshallah. Opo. Maging maingat lang po sana tayo kapag sa mga ating mga pahayag sa inyo pong dalawa na aking mga hinahangaang senador. Sa inyo po, Senator Francis Kiko Pangilinan, kay Senator Rodante Marculeta, sapagkat sa ngayon po, ang laging pinag-uusapan, ang Chinese Coast Guard ay nasa ilalim ng Army ng China.
PLA.
Opo. Maiwasan po sana natin na magkaroon ng pag-iisip na ang ating Coast Guard ay nasa ilalim na rin ng military. Sapagkat hanggang ngayon po ay ipinagpipilitan ko at ipinaglalaban ko kung ano po ang RA 993. Ito po ay civilian in nature. Ito po ay hindi nasa ilalim ng military. Sapagkat kapag nangyari po ito, napakadelikado po nito para sa usapin nito. Ako po, ang gusto ko po ay maayos ito ng usapan. Hindi ko po kinokontra anuman kung ano ang damdamin ng bawat Pilipino dahil tama. Tama na ipaglaban po natin yung atin. Hindi tayo pwedeng umatras. At hindi din po ako papayag na kapag tayo inaapi na, kahit masi gulayat pa yan, kapag kadating po sa usapin ng lalaban tayo. Pero ang pakiusap ko lamang po, tamang impormasyon ang ibigay natin sa ating kababayan. Yun lamang po sapagkat napakahirap lumaban kapag bulag ka. Yun lamang po, Ginoong Pangulo, maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat kay Ginoong Senador Robin Hood Padilla sa kanyang mga tanong at makakaasa kayo. Kami ay nakikiisa sa iyo na ayaw natin ng gulo. Kung ako nga lang ang masusunod, kahit maghapon tayong magdebate dito tungkol sa agrikultura at pangingisda, yan talaga ang gusto kong gawin. Ito'y nakita lang natin ang kahalagahan ng ating isinasagawa, kailangan nating gawin at tayo nagpapasalamat sa kanyang mga tanong, Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, kung papayagan niyo po ako, konting manifestation lang po in support of our distinguished colleague, Senator Pangilinan.
Go ahead, you may.
Yes, Mr. President. Mr. President, we're in all-out support in defending not only our sovereignty, but our defenders, those who defend the nation every day in the seas and in land, in the online, I'd say, winning the hearts and minds of the people. Kasi kawawa naman po sila, lalo na ating mga kawani ng gobyerno, na talagang tumatayo at ipinaglalaban ang ating karapatan, ating soberenya ng ating bansa, na hindi natin sila suportahan. So, Mr. President, when I was Senate President, we had come up with several approved resolutions. I'll ask DepSec Mavic to give us some of the resolutions we passed in the 19th Congress condemning itong mga acts. I think it was the time na putol yata yung daliri ng isang Coast Guard. Lahat po tayo ay unanimous na tumayo in defense of our Coast Guard and asking the Chinese forces to de-escalate the situation in the West Philippine Sea. Also, more so, Mr. President, we also put our money where our mouth is in the 2024 budget. I think isa sa pinakamalaking budget na nadagdagan po natin, nabigay po natin sa ating armed forces tsaka sa Coast Guard. I recall we gave the armed forces cybersecurity funds to anti-cyber espionage funds. We also gave them funds for missile systems. We also gave the Coast Guard ships. As a matter of fact, we put 2.4 billion to the Coast Guard. I'm just hoping, and I hope they're listening now, my dear friend Jay Tariela, together with the NSA, I think they're here, together with the government agencies that are listening. Sana po napunta yung pondo na ibigay po namin sa inyo. Sana po na ibili po nyo ng mga gamit. Nalaman ko po, bago lang itong budget hearing, na yung binigay po ng Senado sa ating Coast Guard na 2.4 billion para ibili po ng barko, hanggang ngayon hindi pa ginagamit, hindi pa na-obligate, Mr. President. Baka mawala na po yan, baka mabalik po yan sa National Treasury. Sayang naman yung napakahirap maghanap ng pondo para sa programa, para sa modernization, ay gumalaw po kami noong 19th Congress at nadagdagan po natin ang budget nila. Sana po ma-implement po nila yun. They were supposed to, I forget the name of the ship company. It was government to government, Australian government, Austal. Austal was supposed to provide the offshore ships. That was a negotiation done when the Prime Minister of Australia, Albanese, was here in the Philippines. Hanggang ngayon, Mr. President, pawang-awa po, walang nangyari hanggang ngayon ay hindi pa nabibili. Kaya kawawa naman po yung ating mga kawani, yung ating Coast Guard, yung ating Navy. Hanggang sigaw na lang po sila. At this point in time, nagkarikature na nga. Kasi hindi natin binibigyan ng tamang equipment. Hindi natin binibigyan ng tamang bala. Nandyan na po ang pondo. I'm just giving as an example, yung sa Coast Guard, bakit hindi pa nila binibili ng barko or offshore patrol ships for our Philippine Coast Guard? Let's put our money where our mouth is. We should stop just constantly debating about what we should do and put our action to our plans. That's why it's called a plan of action. So, ang importante dyan, Mr. President, is sana tulungan din po natin sila. And ito coming 2027 budget with Senator Sherwin Gatchalian at the helm, we can add additional funding for AFP modernization and Coast Guard modernization. And kung pwede lang po, Mr. President, kung nandyan na yung pondo, huwag po sila maging mabagal at bili na po nila ng kagamitan ng ating mga sundalo and Navy personnel and Coast Guard personnel. Ito nga po, Mr. President, and I'd like to thank Mavic for this, our Deputy Secretary General. This is Senate Resolution number 79. Ito po, an act strongly condemning continued harassment of Filipino fishermen and the persistent incursion of in the West Philippine Sea by the Chinese Coast Guard and militia vessels, and urging the Philippine government to take appropriate action in asserting and securing Philippine sovereign rights over its exclusive economic zone. This was adopted in August 1, 2023, Mr. President. And it was unanimous. There was no objection from any of our members, Mr. President. Ito yung na-water cannon yung ating mga Coast Guard. At we strongly condemn them at that time. So let us unite as an institution, Mr. President. As an institution, let us unite for our men and women that are protecting our sovereignty in the West Philippine Sea. Hindi po tayo nakakahanap ng away. Let me clarify kasi sasabihin na naman nila, warmongering na naman ako. Hindi po kami naghahanap ng away sa China. Ayaw po natin awayin ang China. Ang sinabi ko nga dati, bakit po napakahirap mahalin ang China? Di ba? Sinabi ko yun eh. Gusto natin mahalin ang China. Pero bakit napakahirap mahalin ang China na kung pupunta yung ating mga magsasaka dun sa West Philippine Sea, wino-water cannon po nila. Ang laki-laki po ng dagat. Bakit hindi po tayo pwede magtulungan at magbigayan? At kung sana walang pansinan na lang. Kanya nang nangyayari sa Vietnam. With the ships of Vietnam and our other ASEAN neighbors, walang pansinan lang, nagkakamayan pa. Nagbibigayan pa ng bigas at delata. Gusto din lang stikman ang pork and beans at spam ng Pilipino. At kung nakukuha po natin yung kanilang yung noodles na galing sa Vietnam, at sa ganun, walang away. Sana ganun po ang yes. Yan sana ang pwede mangyari. Kaya gusto din po natin sabihin sa lahat ay, and on record, and all members of the Senate were made co-authors, there was no objection. Lahat po ay sumuporta sa resolution number 79 of the 19th Congress. So, I'm hoping that tomorrow, once the debates are done, and we come up with the vote for or action on this adopted resolution, I hope that when we adopt it, we get as many members as we can to show our men and women who sacrifice day in and day out, and they sacrifice not only their sweat and tears, but their blood as well, because they're willing to die for our country. Let's show them that we are behind them 1,000%, Mr. President. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President. With that, to allow our minority leader to prepare for tomorrow's debate, Mr. President, with this dear sponsor, I move that we suspend